Gather round as I tell you the titillating tale of a massive data leak that has just impacted Game Freak. That's right, the very same developers behind Pokemon. The guys that realized that they could release 2 of the exact same game every single year, and we would just eat that shit up like it's the most delicious slop we've ever tasted. So we're talking about real brain geniuses here. So you may be shocked to learn that they've just suffered a massive data breach, and the content of these breachers has both gamers and gooners celebrating. And I wrote that line down and I didn't want to record it, and I recorded it anyway. I'm gonna keep it in. While the breach also included massively problematic stuff like employee personal details, everyone and their moms were knocking elbows, straining to see the computer when it was revealed that Game Freak had created canon Pokemon Smut. That's the headline, at least. When I looked into it, I found that there were indeed some pretty disturbing tales, because included in these breaches were various excerpts of short stories that Game Freak developers had written down, intending to be used as some lore world building. But the content of these stories seemed to focus largely on human Pokemon relationships. In one, a Typhlosion basically coerces a girl into his den and then wipes her memory with his hypnotic powers and then impregnates her and raises a Typhlosion hybrid baby. And then shit goes absolutely off the rails when the Typhlosion gets killed by her dad, and then she's tormented by the other villagers until she and her son are turned into a Typhlosion and retreat into the woods. It's fucking crazy. In another one of these stories, a man has a baby with an octillery. Yeah, this. He just finds it washed up on shore and cannot resist the allure of the octillery and puts a baby in it, and then it delivers the baby, and then the baby goes on to rampage and kill like 40 Ursa-rings. It's crazy, just like the most batshit crazy stuff. In another one, a man takes on a Rapidash as his wife. Like, girl, that is just a horse. But on the surface, yes, obviously this is this definitely could come off as some like Rule 34 erotica I'd find on Wattpad in like 2011. Listen, okay? Your boy had to get somewhere, okay? There was not a lot of How to Train Your Dragon content, all right? That's all I'm saying. But I think people missed the point. While we were celebrating, question mark, the fact that human and Pokemon can bear children, I think most people didn't understand that these are actually stories meant to represent real life folklore. Like, did none of us see the part in Norse mythology when Loki turns into a female horse and gets impregnated by an actual horse and then gives birth to a horse god? Not to mention the fact that Pokemon does get really fucked up. Hypno's Pokemon description literally says, is known to have stolen a child once. Like, hello? Police? We need to investigate this? Or Drifloon's Pokemon description says, desiring company, Drifloon often seek out children and grab their hand. Dear fucking God. Anyway, I think this is a pretty goofy thing that a lot of people are going absolutely crazy for. I mean, I think the real biggest thing that is creating this amount of insane internet response is just the confirmation that humans and Pokemon can have children, but they're not even canon. These leaks aren't even confirmed canon by Game Freak. They could just be some employee's like creative writing project while he's on his break or something. Like, we have no idea where these are from or if they are canon or plan to be canon at all. And I think we're kind of missing the point that I think it's actually kind of admirable that they would go this far in depth with the lore and world building of Pokemon to make it a lived-in experience. Personally, I think most of the backlash should be focused on Game Freak not making a good fucking Pokemon game, but what are you gonna do? Hopefully those employees affected are able to get some kind of compensation. But I just thought it was kind of ridiculous, the internet response, so I'm curious to know what you guys think as well. Do you think that this is smut created by a bored Game Freak employee? Do you think that this is canon world building meant to reflect real life lore and folklore? You decide. You can sift through the slop. I'm just the guy that shovels it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk to you about today, guys. Later!